Hi everyone, welcome to Walks with Holly. In case you're joining me for the first time, I am Holly and I am a housewife and mom of 4 kids. I am also a homeschooling mom. And my mom and I, are working on a homeschooling series right now. We are answering all the many questions that we've been asked being homeschool moms. Some people would like to know if they are either starting out or they've been homeschooling for a while. So yeah, we're just digging into different commonly asked questions. And the question that we have right now is, how will my child get a diploma or get into college? So I'm going to have my mom take this since she has homeschooled high schoolers.
I have. All my children graduated through homeschooling. Okay, this is a huge topic, but I'm going to try to shorten it as much as possible because there's a lot of things to consider. When your child is going to enter 9th grade, you need to make some serious decisions about their future. If you want them to have a high school diploma, you can enroll them in a state-sponsored school. For example, in our town, it's called it's called Primavera, and it is actually a charter school that you do at home, and you actually get a real high school diploma. That's one way. Another way is that there are some curriculums out there, I think Bob Jones maybe, I'm not sure, that actually, when you complete their program, you get a credible high school diploma. Now, you have to ask yourself, do they really need a high school diploma? You don't really need a high school diploma, especially if you have a 2-year college program, which is called an 8A, Associate Arts degree. If they have an Associate's Arts degree, they really don't care if you got a high school diploma. They don't care if you're going to go to a major university. That's all they look at. They look at, oh, you have an AA, I don't even care what you did in high school. So remember that it isn't always necessary. Now, when you're challenging the junior college in your town or your county or whatever, there's a couple ways to look at it. There's the CLEP test, which the CLEP test is where your student really doesn't need to take that subject. Let's say it's English 101 and you feel like, my kid's really sharp in 101. So they will take a test and they will challenge that subject. If they pass it, they will get credit. Okay, that's one way. Another way is have your child maybe do homeschooling on your own with your own curriculum for the first 2 years, and where you're not really having any, credibility as far as a diploma or anything like that. And then enroll them in a junior college for the last 2 years and let them earn their AA, and then they can graduate with an AA degree. And I know several homeschoolers who have done that. A lot of them have done that. I was talking to someone recently who did that. That is a way to go. Now, as far as for me, I didn't know what was available back in my day. So my children just did homeschooling as usual. And we had a graduation ceremony with our homeschoolers, which was quite lovely. And we went to the state, and our state had a graduation for homeschoolers, and they just took the word of the parent that they had completed the studies. So my kids actually had 2 graduations. Now, could they really use that to get into college? Well, technically no, but as it turned out, all 3 of them did get into college. One went to the Master's College, which you might be familiar with in California. Not a problem. Holly, you went to the
Nyack College.
Nyack College.
You forgot where I went.
And it really wasn't a problem. And Heidi went to the Grand Canyon College, which is also a Christian-based college.
All private Christian colleges.
Yeah, they were all private Christian colleges, so really not a problem in getting into those colleges. Now, when you're talking about a major university, you should get in touch with the universities. They're getting more and more open to homeschoolers. So you might be surprised. They might say, you don't need to have any credentials. because we want homeschoolers. So let's keep that in mind too. So there's a lot of things to consider. Make sure your child at least knows by the time they're, well, I know it's early, but in 9th grade they really need to consider, am I going to go to mechanic school? Then don't worry about it. You know, so you really need to look at your child and look at their future at this point and see what direction are we going with education. So a high school diploma is not magical. It's not the end of all. We seem to think it is in our society, but it isn't. So I think that's pretty much it, Holly. I think I've answered all the questions. You think I've covered it as far as, you know, getting a high school diploma versus doing CLEP tests versus...
Well, again, I will say that whatever state you're in is going to be different, and if you just, you know, Google, again, wonderful Google, Google homeschooling, you know, high school diploma in your state, you know, you'll get connected with the right venue to go through, and you know, every state has something available where they will, you know, show you how you can get that actual diploma that you need. And, you know, if you feel like your child has completed, you know, all the way up until 12th grade and they're ready to graduate, I mean, I would probably look into it a couple years before they're going to graduate. Another thing I did want to ask too is, what do you do with transferring from you have a child already in high school?
Oh, yes.
Such as, let's say, 10th grade. Because perhaps this year parents want to just finish up their high school at home. So how can you then transfer that, you know,
the credit hours? Well, they will always have those credit hours. And you can, for example, I think it's Bob Jones, but there's probably others. I haven't done the research in years because I haven't been homeschooling for years. But check with let's say you're using a curriculum that does have credits and they will graduate you, then you will ask them, can I transfer the credits that my child has already earned at this local high school? They might do that. And like something like I mentioned, Primavera, which I don't even know if they have that in other states, but you know what I mean. It's a school, it's really a public school that they just do at home. And in that case, no problem. You can transfer credits over very easily. So, and of course, colleges really don't care about your credits. I mean, junior colleges, so you don't need to worry there. So, so that's something to consider.
Okay, so if you do feel that you want to pull your child out of public school right now, you know, it can easily be done in order to get them a high school diploma.
Absolutely. And keep in mind, if they're going to go into the service, you need to check with what branch of the service they want to be in and if there's any requirements there. And so you need to make sure those are. Now, I have a friend, she strictly homeschooled her child. She didn't do anything special. She didn't have him take classes outside. She didn't even have him take college courses. He got into the Air Force Academy. He is a fighter jet right now. So it can be done. It can be done. So don't think anything's not possible.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all we have for you today. Again, I appreciate you watching this video, and if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up or give the video a thumbs up. And please hit that subscribe button because we have a lot more homeschooling questions that we are answering, just different homeschooling subjects we are talking about. So I don't want you to miss a single video. I hope to see you next time on Walks with Holly.